we open up this exhibit cello pack, as we do always every week, I wanted to give a shout out to both Auction Report and Sports Collectors Daily, two personal friends of mine, Ryan Friedman and Rich Miller. They both run those two sites respectively. Check it out for all of your auction needs, consignment deadlines, ending dates, etc. Check out auctionreport.com. And for all of the latest and greatest news in our hobby, the national, etc., check out sportscollectorsdaily.com. All right, six
Mark
times.
Trudeau, good guy. I like working with Mark Trudeau.
Oh, Mark is great.
Knows his hockey too.
Yeah, no, not only does he know his hockey, man, he's strong as an ox.
Is he?
Oh, yeah, no, when I shake his hand, it's like he literally lifts me off the ground. And I'm 6'1".
So it's about to be six?
Six
the first
times.
person on top will get the Willie Mays, correct?
Yes, the first person on top is going to get the Willie Mays card.
Here we go.
6 times. Congratulations, Tim. You're going to get the first card and the Willie Mays. So, Lou and the gang, I think that the exhibit pack sold out quickly. First,
40 minutes.
40 minutes, wow. So it sold out in 40 minutes. I think the reason it sold out quickly is a few fold. And first, it's a reasonable price for a card from that time period that's uncirculated versus some of the other packs we've had from the 50s and 60s. Can be $300 a spot, even more. Second of all, Mantle has a card, Jackie Robinson has a card, Willie Mays has a card, Hank Aaron has a card. So there's a bunch of sets from the 50s where maybe you have a Mantle, right, but Teddy Ballgame's not in the set. Or whatever the case is.
Right.
And so this set is chock full of stars, and there's a fair amount of short prints possible. So I just like the fact that, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of cards that you can get that have value, not necessarily just a named player. Not an easy set to complete. And I always love the back of this, really cool. We talked about this last time we had opened an exhibit pack. I don't know if we opened it on the show here, but we talked about, and I showed off the 5 cards that we had pulled. Getting 2 cents a piece when Topps is only asking a penny, that was a big premium.
Yeah.
Kev, you're right about
Usually
that.
They're not breaking the price point that way. Usually they're trying to lower the price point.
Yeah, well, listen, give them credit, right? Maybe they saw something in the marketplace that said, hey, there's some high rollers out there that, are willing to pay double the price per card. And considering baseball cards weren't even really collected then, it was more for the premium, and the 50s were the first time that, there is no gum in the exhibit card. So this was the draw.
I'm sorry if I missed it, but how many cards in the series?
So there's probably, I got to check, there's about 300 or so.
Okay.
And the set was issued from 1947 until 1966. So what's kind of interesting, Lou, is some of the short prints, you can imagine, they weren't necessarily produced in all of the years, thus they're short printed.
Right.
All right, great. So let's get to work here. Get this out of the way. We got a fun collection that we just bought on Monday. We're going to show that off. Probably do that after this exhibit pack. And I have another exhibit to show off right after this. So I want to talk about the different styles of exhibit cards they had. Lou, this is a Cobby from the 20s. We'll talk about that in a minute. But once again, an exhibit card. These came out of the exhibit vending machines.
Is that the natural color of that cob, or
that particular card? Yes. So,
that's how it came printed.
Yes. So some of the earlier exhibit cards, there's a few sets that have like green tints, gold tints, yellow tints. It's very interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bobby asked if Jackie Robinson is in this set.
Yep, Jackie Robinson has an exhibit card. He also has a Canadian exhibit card as well. Hey, what's up, Brad? Thanks for joining us. If you have that cob, that's a great exhibit and a great postcard. Brad is working on a Clemente PSA set registry to share with his kids. We helped him recently with that by doing a cash trade during our trading program. Speaking of which, Lou, even though the trading program is over, I still get about 1 email a week, maybe 2, about trades. Yep, I just conducted a trade with someone from Hawaii. He's actually a fellow Celtics fan. So as I had said, on the write-up for this pack, I thought that this, if you will, almost like foxing on the front of the cello, was going to be exclusively held to this card and not on the maze. So It does turn out that some of that foxing is on the maze. So we're going to give this card to Tim, but Tim's going to get a refund for his spot because I did not realize that the foxing and that light wear on the top of the pack was actually on the maze as well. So you can see it's still a really nice card.
Yes.
Very sharp, but you can see, we'll just call it printer's flaws,
Sure.
foxing, whatever the case is. Tim, you're still going to get that card. This one's going to be on the house. We're going to give you a refund for that. We do apologize, but we did think it was only on the cello pack itself. Still a nice looking card. All right, Dick Donovan is card number 2. What I love about these cards so far, Lou, we've only opened, like I said, this is the second pack. I had a bunch of these years ago. I was opening them up to send a PSA. I think I got a Maze PSA 10 at the time. These cards always come out razor sharp. It's awesome.
Yeah. I noticed you were particularly delicate with them, and it's because they come out very sharp, right?
Yes, exactly. I didn't want to take any chances to catch a corner, nick a corner, anything like that. Dick Donovan, that's card number 2, and that was going out to Tim. Kenneth, you are next. Alvin Dark, the former Giant. That's cool. Steven says he's a first-time watcher. Thanks for joining us, Steven.
Oh, Steven, yeah.
Oh, Josh and Mindy, you just post right on here about collecting with your kids, and you will get an entry not only into our 7-spot giveaway at the end of the show, but also Lou is in charge of picking one winner every week. That's going to be the recipient of the Vintage Breaks and Just Collect Vintage Card for Kids package that week. Oh, here we go. This is really cool. So Don Larson, pack fresh. So it's amazing, Lou. Every time I go through this pack, even the ones I had years ago, they virtually all seem gradable. We're going to grade all these cards on the house. They all appear at first glance gradable.
Nice. I like that one.
Yeah, that was a nice card. I actually sent that Larson exhibit to Don Larson himself to get signed. Because he'll sign through the mail for like $10. It's pretty cool.
Are there cards that, over the course of history, that become valuable not because of the player as much as it's the card, just the way the photo is and the way the graphics are? It's just a very attractive card.
Oh, totally. So, for example, in the 52 top set, the Gus Zernial, where he's holding a few baseballs in the air, that's a very popular card. 39 play ball, I think they call the card like the Clown Prince. You know, it's just like it's a guy who was, I guess acting as a clown in baseball games. That's a very popular card. But you're right. It doesn't always have to be a great player. It could be a short printed card, or it could just be a desirable card because it's a nice piece of art.
Yeah, and the Clemens Desert Shield
that's beautiful.
card that you gave me is a beautiful card with him leaning against the left field wall. It's right here in the studio, by the way.
Very cool.
See it every day.
Walt Dropo, he was a good player, right?
Yep.
Not a Hall of Famer, but he was a solid ball player.
You're talking about trading. You were talking about trading earlier.
Yes.
And just a little inside, as doing a show on Sirius, on the Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio, I have to get in the league with all the hosts.
Okay.
There are 2 leagues that we play in every. And Jim Bowden is in my league, and we're currently in trade talks. Former Red GM. So I'm sitting here trying to make a trade with a former Major